So once again guys, I welcome you in my YouTube channel, and here I am Nishka Mishra, and I am going to start a new lesson named the working of institutions. So what is the working of institutions means? All these political ways that help us to process of the Indian. First of all, the main context we are taking now, that what the main context we are now learning out. That first context is, the first point is office memorandum. What is Mandal Commission and why it is important. And third one is the discussion makers, and this is the first topic of is the opposite against the Mandal Commission. The need for political institution, why we need the political institutions. Then why do we need a parliament? This is a very important point. Okay. Then the two houses of parliament, and then the functions of parliament, then the political executive and permanent executive, then the prime minister and cabinet ministers, and president. And third one is the judiciary, so that is the Supreme Court and the High Court. Okay, so here we will start. So first of all, I have to discuss with you that in a democracy, the rulers have to work with and within institutions. In this process, they come across three institutions that play a key role in a major discussions. What are these three institutions? That the first, second, third. Three institutions here we consider as a three pillars. Okay, so here these institutions are the first of all legislative, then second is executive, and third one is the judiciary. These all things you have already learned, but in this short manner to learn about this, we will first of all take that the first is, this is a judiciary. Okay, take an example. This is a executive and this is a legislative. In this way we can easily learn out, we can easily understand. That is the jail, and this jail word is a general word, and this once we can easily learn these three main institutions of the democracy. Okay, so let's start the constitutional points of democracy, that is office memorandum. That what is office memorandum? So the major policy discussion taken through a government order, and this communication is issued by appropriative authority and stating the policy or decision of the government. The government issues hundred of orders every day on different matters. A office memorandum was a culmination of a long chain of events. Okay, that the issues that we take in the government form can be as a stating the policy or discussion of the government, and these discussions issues by the hundred of orders every day, and this can be known as a office memorandum. Okay, so here we are given a pic of a office memorandum, that here first of all written as a to all immigrants from greatness ever, praise ever, and death, that is all, and subject and CCA, and that. Then these things is all this process that the bill passed. You know that bill passed as a latest example of that. All news that Ayodhya, and these all things we are only can be passed through or issued through of office memorandum. Okay, so here what is the Mandal Commission? So as we know that the office memorandum was culmination of a long chain of events. So the government of India had appointed the second backward classes commission in 1978. Okay, so it was headed by B.P. Mandal. This is a given of the Sri B.P. Mandal. He is the only person that was the headed by him of the Mandal Commission, and so it is a very popular, and it was asked to determine the criteria to identify the socially and educationally backward classes in India and recommends steps to taken for their advancement. Okay, then this commission gave its report in 1980. So first of all, children, we have to learn that when the second backward classes commission was appointed in 1979. Okay, and when it gave its report and made many recommendations in 1980 as approx in 1 year. Okay, so one of these was 27% of government jobs he reserved for the socially and economically backward classes, and in this process only this 20% of these backward classes means that reservation seats are available for the backward classes, mean that OBC as a 20% of the government jobs. Okay, then for several years, many parliamentarians and parties kept demanding the implementation of the Commission's recommendation, and thus the benefit of the job reservation extended for the SC from SC/ST of the third category called what? The SCBC introduced. Okay, these are many main important points, and these reports and recommendations were discussed in the parliament, and many parties and parliamentarians kept demanding for the implementation of the demands. So in 1989, the Lok Sabha election, the Janata Dal party promised that if they will get a chance to form the government, then they would implement the demands. Okay, and the Janata Dal formed the government, and its leader VP Singh became the prime minister, and it took different measures for the implement the commission report. That these all things were happened, and thus the Janata Dal formed the government. Who is it? The VP Singh. You know that the VP Singh was our Prime Minister of India, became, and who is not another person but only who? Vishwanathan Pratap Singh. So VP Singh of full name was the Vishwanathan Pratap Singh. Okay, so he is the 7th former Prime Minister of India. This is an important point that you have to learn, that he is the 7th former Prime Minister of India. Okay, VP Singh. Then thus finally it was implemented official memorandum OM number 306 that was 3190 was born in April 13, 1990, and these all things happened. Then it was implemented the official memorandum by these all conditions. So in the last topic we have learned that in 1979 there is the formation of Mandal Commission, and 1980 after 1 year later they have to report their planning seasons and what they have done. And in 1989, that was the Lok Sabha election happened, and Janata Dal party promised to give chance of the government, and they implement the demands, and thus the Janata Dal party leader, who is he? The VP Singh, became the Prime Minister. Okay, these all points are very important, children. So now there is another person, that who are those persons, who are those people who make these all decisions. So who are decision makers, then what are decision makers? So here we will learn that the decisions are only made by the government, and the President of India is the head of states, and decisions are taken in his name only. That all the decisions that are taken by the government can signify only from the president, and then the Prime Minister is the head of government and actually exercises government power. So that the president is the head of the states, but the Prime Minister is the head of the government. Okay, so the decisions are taken in cabinet meetings, that all the ministers were gathered together and take those decisions. And the parliament mainly consists of two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and those means two houses we will understood in the our next topics. And the Prime Minister must have the majority in Lok Sabha, that the party that having only the majority in Lok Sabha, that only in party one member can become the Prime Minister. Okay, there is a general point that only one person can be made Prime Minister. Okay, so oppositions against the Mandal Commission. So when they implement the recommendations of the Mandal Commission occurs from the government, some people felt that this was unfair as it would deny equality of opportunity to those who did not belong to backward communities. So they would be denied jobs even though they could be more qualified. So that the newspapers and they were full of different views were and opinions stated with this issue, and these were commonly were full of different views and opinions on this issue, and it led to widespread protests and counter protests, and some which are violent, and it affected the thousands of job opportunities, and some persons and associations opposed this and filed the case in the courts. So sorry for this process that this image were blocked, the letters that were on the slide. So I can simply explain it to you that the Supreme Court of India heard the arguments of both sides, that as a Supreme Court of India bunched all these cases together, and this case was known as the Indira Savay. Which case is known as a Indira Savay? Indira Savay Savay were known to name to this case, and other versus the Union of Indian case. Okay, and 11 judges of the Supreme Court, total 11 judges of the Supreme Court heard arguments of both sides, and by the majority, the Supreme Court judges in 1992. That's 1992. These all things happened, and that declared that this order of the government of India was valid. Why do we need for political institutions? In India, the political institutions are arranging and carrying all the tasks of the country. The modern democracy, these arrangements are known as institutions. So, it is simple definition of institutions. And this is a very important point. Then second is that the working with institutions not easy. It has lot of rules and regulations. And children, sorry for this default in this slide, that due to this picture, these words, this letter are hidden. So here I will tell you the information about it in very short matter. Okay. So that we already know that political institutions are the arrangements made in the democracies to take and implement decisions and to see what is wrong and what is right in the case of disputes regarding the decisions. And so without the functions of the task assigned to political institution, the democracy can't work. Thus it regulates the rules for the country. And then the institution involves rules and regulations which can bind the hands of the leader. So friends, now you can easily understood that why do we need for the political institutions. Thank you. That's only for today. But this is not the end of our chapter. We will greet you on next time on next topic. So don't forget to subscribe and like the channel to see more new videos. Thank you.